Alright boys, so my last video was how to get bigger, this video is how to get smaller. I might not be the leanest person in the world, but I'm not fat, and I got pretty skinny on C9. You can look pictures of me up online if you don't believe me. So I know how to lose weight, I know how to gain weight, I also know how to be fat. Um, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. There's better videos than what I'll tell you here, but this is my experience. So the first thing that you should do is you should get a food scale if you're trying to lose weight. You don't have to use it forever, but for certain things like peanut butter, olive oil, coconut oil, anything like super high in fat, you can easily add in a 50 to 100 to 150 calories without even trying unintentionally. You might think you're doing a tablespoon of peanut butter. It's actually going to be more like, 300 calories instead of 200 that you planned out. So you're going to get away with meats a lot easier, like chicken, tuna. Half the stuff you can get pre-cooked or kind of packaged out for you, whatever. This is just my opinion. So if you want to lose weight, first off, calories come as the most important thing. So what you want to do is I'm going to put a link to If It Fits Your Macros calculator at the bottom of my video. You're going to go there, and I'm going to do a test. I'm going to show you I'm going to walk you through it. So it's got your age, so I'm going to put 20. Select your height, 5'10", because I'm going to make this person just like an average person. So 20, height is 5'10". Weight's going to be 230, so you're not like super obese, but you're overweight. Use total body weight formula unless you know your lean mass formula. Don't put in what body fat you think you are. You're wrong, I promise. How would you describe your normal daily activities? Put sedentary unless you actually are doing a lot of physical activity. So if you live on campus and you walk across campus a couple times for your classes and you're doing a bunch of stuff, or you work a physical job, or like you're just you walk to and from school, or and it's like a long way, okay, you can put light activity or active, but don't do it because you're like, oh, I walk to the corner store to get a drink once in a while. Like, don't just put sedentary if you don't do that much. Trust me. So let's say you're exercising 4 days a week. And you're about an hour. So 4 days a week, 60 minutes, and your workouts are difficult. So don't put intense. You're not that awesome. So right now it's going to give to keep your same weight with this, as long as you keep working out for an hour 4 days a week, you're going to need about 2,700 calories to maintain your weight. So now what you can do is you can do a suicide cut, which is like minus 1,000. I don't recommend that. That's going to make you feel super depleted and lethargic and stuff after about a month of doing that. 2 weeks to a month, you're going to feel pretty shitty. It's pretty effective, but you're not going to be able to sustain it for that long. So I would try, maybe minus 500 or 750 if you're more aggressive or you really want to lose weight fast. So that's going to put you anywhere from 2,200 calories to 2K calories. If you're going really crazy, you're going to be at 1,700. So now that you know around the calories you want to eat, now you want to pick like your food choices. So, um, you know, in my opinion, this is the easiest thing to do. I think eating pretty much the same foods every day is the easiest way to be consistent. Try to limit your eating out, but if you do eat out, just get a salad, man. Just get a salad and double chicken it, and put the dressing on the side, and you're gonna be okay. Don't use a lot of dressing, just a little tiny bit, or not even at all. I don't even use it most of the time. And you're gonna be okay if you eat out. Most places offer some sort of like salad option. So don't, just because you had to go out to McDonald's with your friends does not mean you had to get a Big Mac, large fries, and a large Coke. That is going to set you back if you do that, and you're going to fail. So just remember that when you're losing weight, it's not supposed to be like a fun time. Like, it's not supposed to be awesome. Like, you are restricting calories. Your body is going to not want to do it. You're going to feel tired. You're going to want to eat shittier foods, especially within the first like 2 or 3 weeks. That's the time that if you make it past 3 weeks, your cravings and everything that you do is going to start feeling a lot more manageable. So it's mostly about that first like 2 weeks, right? So that's where the diet comes in. So Now, like I said, calories is most important. So let's say you're eating 2,000 calories, right? So technically, you could eat like you could drink like 2 scoops of whey and eat Pop Tarts all the way up to 2,000 calories every day, and that's all you ate, and you'll lose weight. You will. You could um you could eat only protein, only fats. Like you could do anything. You could do terrible diets and you'll lose weight because calories become most important. And people that are like, oh, well, those diets are bad for you. Yeah, they are. They're not great for you. But guess what? Losing weight will be more healthy with a shitty diet than being overweight with a good diet. So, well, losing weight with a shitty diet is not optimal. It's still better for you. Um, than being overweight. So now once you hit your ideal weight and you still eat shitty, yeah, you're still going to get the negative effects of eating a bad diet. I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just saying at the end of the day, a bad diet is or being overweight is actually worse for you than a bad diet. So yeah, so now that you know your calories and everything, that's when this is like, in my opinion, like not that hard to do. So you want to calculate your calories. So let's say you're 200 pounds, so you want 200 grams of protein, maybe 180 if you want to have a little bit less. So um, let's say you're going to do 4 eggs in the morning. That's 25 grams of protein, and then you're going to do 2 chicken breasts throughout the day, um, 200 grams each. That's 124 grams of protein. Maybe you're going to do a scoop of whey or two after. That's around 175. Now, you could do 1 scoop after your workout and cut calories a little bit if you wanted. Um, but now you're at 175, so now you could have one more meal. Maybe you'll have like a good healthy source. The last meal, I usually do steak or salmon or something with like more fat in it. But that's just me. And then that one you could just have, maybe around 30 grams of protein. So like you're eating eggs, 2 chicken breasts. The whey is dependent. You don't even have to have it if you don't want to. I'm just saying that a lot of people use it, so I throw it in there. And then you could have like salmon or something with veggies at the end of the day. Um, those are your protein sources. So those are changed depending on like your weight. So you have to do your own effort. Like I'm not going to do it for you, but like if you weigh 150, just get 150 grams of protein. Calculate, how many um, carbs, fats, and proteins you want. So, like I said, I always keep the proteins around 1 gram per pound of body weight, and then fats. Um, in my opinion, I would do like your body weight times like 0.45 or point 0.5, zero point 0.4 if you want to go really low, which is going to give you, like, say you did 0.5, you're at 100 grams of fats. So 100 grams of fats is pretty much like, so 4 eggs. I guess eggs are around 5 grams of fat. So 4 eggs times 5, or 4 times 5, 20. Let's say the salmon that you eat at the end of the day is going to be 30. You're at 50 already. And then you just add 10 grams of fat from olive oil to each meal. You're at 70. A scoop of peanut butter, 15. Maybe that's all you have for the day. Maybe you add in a little bit more peanut butter, or you eat more eggs or something in the morning. Either way, you want healthy fats. So you get eggs, you get omegas from fish, you get peanut butter. Olive oil is very good for you. You could use coconut oil if you want to. Now that you have, so let's say, now that you've calculated your meals for the day that you pretty much are going to eat every day, um, so you're 85 grams of fat. You times that by 9, you get 765 calories. Um, then you take your protein, so you're at 200 grams of proteins. You times that by 4. Um, that's 800. So total together with fats and proteins, you're at 1500. So this is the part where now the rest can just come from carbs. So now now that you're eating pretty much the same amount of protein and fat every day, the rest of your diet can always be manipulated just by carbs. So if you don't like carbs, you could eat more protein and fats throughout the day. You don't have to do it this way, but I'm just saying this is what I suggest. So now that you're at around 1,600 calories, if you're eating, let's say, 2,000, 2,200 calories, you just, let's say you're eating 200. So we'll stick, to we'll stick to the 2,200 calorie diet. that I would probably suggest for someone this weight. So, you know, 1600 minus 2200 is 600 calories. So 600 divided by 4, you got 150 grams of carbs. Great. So if you divide that by 3 meals, you could do 50 grams of carbs at each meal, or you could do 4 meals, you could do 35 grams of carbs a meal. Depends where you want to put your carbs. Maybe you want none in the morning, maybe you want them all around your workout. Not a bad way to do it would be to have like 30 grams of carbs with like some oats in the morning, like 30 grams of carbs with oats, and then don't eat any more carbs for the day, and then eat like 50 grams of carbs before your workout, and then like 50 grams after your workout in your next meal. That will kind of like allow you to utilize the carbs a little bit better. And maybe on your off days, you could drop the carbs a little bit lower if you want, and up the fats if you really are afraid of carbs. Some people are, some aren't. Um, but at the end of the day, you just want to manipulate the carbs, right? So now, the leaner you get, the lower you'll have to drop your calories or up your workload. As far as routines go, strength training is obviously going to be the best thing for you when you're losing weight. 3 or 4 days in the gym, just doing like more low volume, high intensity strength training. I know I beat that to death in my other video, but that is the best way to keep muscle. A lot of people, they'll go in a bulk or they'll be kind of strong and they cut and they switch from going, from benching 2 plates for 5 times 5 to 4 sets of dumbbells, and they just do 12 reps. And that's not the greatest way to keep muscle. The greatest way to keep muscle is to keep doing the weight you were doing before you started dieting, and keeping your workout exactly the same and just manipulating the calories and maybe adding in some more cardio if you want. If you if you if you're starting out and you have no weight training background and you're just like fresh, you're just starting out and you're just losing weight and you haven't really gym before, that's when strength training, you can actually still make gains while you lose weight for a point, because you're going to have newbie gains and you're still going to be able to increase all your lifts while dieting for a couple months, maybe 3 to 6 months, maybe less, maybe more, depends on the person, how much extra fats you have, everything like that. So if you start with strength, you'll be able to add maybe 2.5 to 5 pounds per workout. If you do reps, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to gauge where you're at and to add weight as much as it would be with a strength program. You're also dieting, so you don't have the necessary calories to do such high volume workouts and recover from it. A lot of people don't seem to understand that when you're dieting, you shouldn't be doing more, you should be doing less, because your body is in a depleted state. You're not in an optimal state. The more should be when you're bulking, when you're eating more, or eating an adequate amount of food. You don't need to be doing tons of volume and stuff unless you're a professional bodybuilder or athlete or someone that actually knows what they're doing, because you're gonna feel like shit if you do that. I have done it. I have gone to the gym 6 days a week and done cardio an hour afterwards, and it did not help. I did not lose weight any faster. In fact, I felt like I stalled. I feel like I make better results doing lower volume gym stuff and doing a bit of light cardio. When I say light cardio, I mean like walking for 30 or 45 minutes, maybe one day going a little bit harder. But like I said, you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to eat super healthy. You could lose weight not doing any form of exercise and keeping your diet in check. You could, a bird just flew by. What a majestic creature. You could only run. That's how I started in C9. I only ran, and I just kept my diet really on point. Pretty much ate exactly what I said as my sample diet. Obviously, you don't have to eat all that kind of stuff. You can, you could do eggs for every single meal. You could do egg whites. You can do beef. It depends. You can eat whatever you want. Honestly, you can go look at whatever diet you like, but I'm just saying that's like a pretty easy staple. And then when you eat out, to make sure you either like bring some food with you or eat smartly, and don't cheat just because you're out. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I mean, nothing really revolutionary, nothing super advanced. Just that's pretty much my advice if you're trying to lose weight. And calorie counting and a food scale for at least the first month, 2 weeks to a month, just so you can get an idea If you don't want to do it forever, that's fine, but you need to understand that you're overweight because you don't know how much you're eating. So you need to understand how much you're eating so that you can at least visualize it later on and be like, okay, that's about, 150 grams of chicken, just so you know. Because, I mean, now I can guesstimate an amount of chicken. You're not going to be exact. I could say, oh, that's about 250 grams. This is a big chicken breast. That's like 300 grams. I can understand how it works. But before, I would have had no idea. I'd be like, if you ate, 3 giant chicken breasts a day instead of 3 200-gram ones, you're adding in an extra, 300 calories right there. Like I said, lean meat calories are going to affect you less. And at the end of the day, protein is keeping your protein high. The reason for that is it's basically, if you're going to the gym, you're going to be utilizing it to build muscle. It's harder for your body to digest. I think I've read that you burn like 30% of the calories you eat of it just consuming it. I don't know if that's 100% true, but yeah, protein high, fats moderate, carbs moderate or low, depending on how many calories you're eating. If you're one of those people that respond really well to low fats and high ass carbs, by all means, some people do great on that. I don't. I like the fats being a little bit higher, or else I feel kind of just fatigued and stuff after a while. Maybe not originally at the start, but after the weeks go on. So yeah, that's pretty much my video, boys. Peace.